Hi, this is Dan Cleary, and I wanted to show you one of my photographs from my Wright Brothers Then and Now series, and the things that I did in Photoshop to create this image. The title for this photograph is Flight 41. And the Wright brothers made test flights out at Huffman Prairie in 1904 and 1905. And this is a photograph that they took themselves from that period of time. This one is perhaps a little more, one of more simpler images, because there really were only a few steps involved in creating this image. Now, one of the stories of Huffman Prairie was that there was a hawthorn tree out in the middle of the field, and hawthorn trees have long, spiky needle on them, so that you had to, in their case, they had to really watch themselves and fly around that tree, because they didn't want the plane to get hooked up with one of those needles on the tree. And that did happen one time and almost caused the plane to crash. So I liked the fact that it looks as if Orville is flying towards that tree. And I think they also used that tree as a marking point that they would fly around that tree, and that's how they learned how to fly circles. So you can see I'm closing all the layers, and I'm down to the base photograph, and here's the color photograph that I use. And then I do my my desaturation and Photoshop to kind of make the landscape photograph work. I really came down in here and brought the detail out in the base part of this photograph. And then one thing I always do with these is I go in first and create the black border of the glass plate negative. So I did that, and then I come in and I decide what is the opacity level of the historic photograph that I want to use. Here's the original photograph. And the original photograph was not in great shape, but there were a lot of really interesting characteristics about this that I liked. We can bring it down to the opacity that I liked, and then basically then you take the photograph or the part of the plane and put that in full opacity, and then you have your image, and then put the title in an appropriate spot, which I liked it right there. There you have it. So it's just that simple. Photograph Flight 41 out at Huffman Prairie. This is Dan Cleary, and thank you very much.